Hello, everyone. Here we are with step 2. Sorry, we were a little bit close. We're going to be using the screen today. Here we are with step 2 with the 10 steps of filmmaking. We are going to be writing a screenplay today. And hopefully we're writing a screenplay that is enjoyable, it's fun to do. We have Tiago and Tylin here today, and I will be teaching them the ins and outs of how to do it. You know, the scenes, dialogue, characters, and actions. And it should be pretty simple. But sorry, we were having some technical difficulties. I was trying to figure out how to put in my kids' emails or something like that with the software, and it wasn't working. And we were having internet issues also. So we fixed all that. Now, hopefully, we're good to go, and this should be a lot of fun. So this will not be as long as the other day. Hopefully, you watched the first step, which was finding your story. What we did was, do you remember what the steps were?
Yes.
Okay.
What were they?
Step 1 is log line.
Log line.
Beginning, middle, end.
Beginning, middle, end.
Characters. And story clock.
Story clock. Okay?
And then just
So we've done that with some of the stories. Tiago has an additional story that he wants to film. So we will hopefully be writing the first scenes of both of their stories right now and learning as we go. Okay? So, your screenplay. Or your script. Here's the thing. It should be fun to read. Like, people should be able to just experience the movie as they read it. Okay? So if you're getting way into too much detail or using too big of words, if it's not simple enough, then people aren't going to get it. Additionally, what your screenplay does is it communicates to everyone what's inside your head, what you're seeing. Okay? And so hopefully what you get out of this is you'll understand how to get inside your head and how to put it onto paper. Okay? And hopefully that's fun. Tiago, will you just make sure you watch comments on here? I'll watch comments in here, make sure everything's okay. We're going to see comments. This is going to be an infinity. Okay, so there's a bunch of different softwares that people use. Final Draft, I think, is the most popular one, but I think it's a paid one. A paid software. I don't care to pay for anything like this. So the software that I actually use, and the one I would suggest if you're just going to be, starting out, is Celtics. I don't know how to spell it, but it's CELTX.com. Okay, so if you go to Celtics, you can sign up with your email. I already have an email, so we'll be able to just log into mine. Sign in. And here's the good thing is there's an app on your phone also. So if you wanted to do it on the go, like 259 for example, I wrote it completely on my phone. And that made it easy. Okay, so this is Celtics. Okay, so here's the thing. With the free version, you only get 3 accounts or 3 scripts per email, right? So if you want to write, 50 emails, you might want to pay for it, or you might want to get Final Draft. I personally just use 3 scripts per email. So I have a ton of emails, and so this one is the one that I have open right now, because I have probably 12 different scripts in development right now. Kuna Caves. All right. And, it'll always ask you, hey, do you want to pay? I think it's, for the first year, it's $7.50 a month to use it. No, we don't need to. All right. So there's one of our movies. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to come here to New Project, Film and TV. We're going to start with Tylin's, okay? Tylin, yours is called what? Mannequin Sister?
Yeah.
Okay. We create that project. You can do TV shows, you can do kind of music video, do whatever you want. They want you to subscribe to pay for certain things, if you do shoots or plans. But here we're just going to write a screenplay. Okay. So Tylin has her story clock open, so she'll be able to just look at each scene and what happens in each scene pretty much. And so she has an idea of what's going to happen with everything already. So Tylin, what is the first thing on your story clock?
That the girl finds a mannequin.
Girl finds a mannequin. Okay. And so with short films, you don't want to dilly-dally too much. You get right to it. Okay. So hopefully you can see this okay. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. You guys can see this, right? Okay, so there's 4 basic things that you're writing. Okay, there's variations on how those things are written, but the first scene, or the first is, you always start with a scene. Okay, you have your setting wherever you're gonna be. So Tylin, where do you think she finds the mannequin?
In the attic.
Okay. So, we have interior. So it's always interior dot. So you always have a choice, interior or exterior. Okay. Attic. And is it during the day or night?
Didn't write that down.
What do you think? Probably during the day?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a bunch of variations on this that you can go on, right? So, exterior, whether it's in somebody's specific bedroom, whether it's night or day or evening or morning, or you can kind of specify what time it is. If you're in a car, you can put in a car moving, in car stopped, all those little things, but just try and keep it. It's just so everyone knows exactly where it is, where it's set from the beginning, okay?
For the characters, so I have to include names, so should I just include name and what they want?
Not yet.
Okay. So
Right, so for Tiago, yours would be
stuck
game room.
Well, yeah, I know. but,
Interior
the
game room day.
characters-
Or night.
The characters, so would I just have their names and then what they want?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, wait, for what?
Characters.
Yeah? Oh, there's someone at the door. Hurry, go get it. For characters?
If it's one of your friends, invite them to the lesson.
What?
For characters.
Yeah, their names
Yeah.
and what they want. Yeah, and a few characteristics about them.
Yeah.
Who is it? There's someone at the door, sorry. No questions so far.
Oh, it's Logan.
It's Logan?
I knew it. I heard his voice. Did you leave?
Logan, what are you doing here? Oh, yeah, we're having a movie lesson right now. We're learning how to write a screenplay. If you want to come join us. Okay. Okay. So, here's the other thing with the scene, okay? Anytime we kind of have a change in camera placement, okay? So, for example, if the scene was Logan comes to the door, then we would have doorway, and then we'd write out our scene. Then we go into, if we walk into the kitchen, then we go into the kitchen. We'd have another scene right there, okay? So anytime there's kind of a different camera setup, we want a new scene, okay? So, Tylin, you said interior, attic, day, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing we're going to do, we are going to write out the action of what is going on, okay? So Tylin, what is your character's name, first of all? This is when you got to come up with that.
Sarah.
Say again?
Sarah.
Sarah? That's fine. What's her last name? Riggins?
Riggins.
Okay. So, whenever you introduce a character, it's always capitalizing their name. Okay? So people know that's the first time they've been seen. After that, you don't capitalize it. And then I always put female and age, or if there's a certain type of person that you need to put in, like an overweight dad in a pink shirt, then I'm just kidding. But female, age 11. I'll put that in. And so we have a female, age 11, Sarah Riggins, and this right here is an action item. So all you do is you write action. You don't write down what she thinks. You don't write anything else. All it is it's almost like if you were watching a movie, you had to describe it to a blind person. Okay? So, Sarah Riggins, female, age 11, does what, Tylen?
She finds the mannequin.
How does she find the mannequin?
She hears like noises from the attic.
She hears noises from the attic.
Well, from the roof, and then she goes to find the attic.
Are we in the attic yet then?
Sure.
If she hears noises, we're not in the attic yet.
No.
So what's she doing when she hears it?
I don't know. Flying.
Okay, so we're gonna do that. You have to do interior, Sarah's bedroom, or craft room. Which one?
Craft room.
Okay. Okay. So this would be the first time we are introducing her. Female 11 draws at the table. What is she drawing?
I don't know. A friend. Like a stick.
Nice.
person.
Draws a stick person.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah Riggins draws a stick person at a table. Okay. What happens next? Nope. Don't look at the story clock. Just in the scene.
She hears noises.
Yep. A loud noise. She hears a loud noise. You see how simple this is? Above her. How does she react to it? Hmm?
She gets a little freaked out.
On the first one or the second one?
What do you mean?
Is she just gonna hear it once and go after the attic?
It's two.
Twice. Okay, so she looks up, but goes back to her drawing. Okay, so this is almost like explaining to your actor exactly what they're supposed to be doing, right? She looks up, but goes back to her drawing. Okay. She hears another voice. No, another voice. Yeah, what does this sound look like? Sound like?
Dude, stop her.
Helen.
Maybe like stuff breaking. I don't know. Maybe like stomping or stuff falling. I don't know.
You gotta pick one. So screenwriting is all about decisions. You just have to pick what it is. There's a million decisions. Okay, so here's another stump above her. Okay. And then what does she do?
Then she goes to find the attic.
She investigates where it is coming from. Okay. Okay, and this is very basic, right? So this is the beginning of our movie. If you wanted to put in a title or whatever, you could put in a title card here, Then when she hears the thump, then she walks off screen and you see the mannequin sister come up. Okay? So So if this was a longer movie, here we would have a scene where she goes and gets a ladder. She climbs up the ladder to get inside the attic. But we're going to skip that. Okay? We're just going to assume she has a ladder. She's able to get in the attic. Okay? So interior attic day. Tell me what happens. Well, she discovers the mannequin.
Yeah.
You already know what happens. You just have to write out how it happens.
Yeah.
Okay? So tell me.
Tell you what?
How does it happen?
She just sees a mannequin. What do you mean?
She just sees the mannequin?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sarah opens the...
Attic door.
whatever they call it. Attic ceiling piece. That's not a door, but we'll write it as door.
Opening area.
And peeks inside.
Mm-hmm.
You can just say attic entrance.
Entrance. That's fine.
That's better.
She opens the attic entrance and peeks inside with the flashlight. Okay. Another thing that I like to do, since I work with lots of people, anytime there is a prop, I like to capitalize that prop so people can just go in and they can see, oh, we need a flashlight for that scene. Or we need a drawing here. So then, just like for each scene, you have to have certain actors. This also, you see, oh, yeah, I need that prop. Okay. Sarah opens the attic entrance and peeks inside with a flashlight. It is dark and full of insulation. Okay. What happens next?
What's insulation?
It's the stuff that's inside our attic.
It's a weird looking cotton
Yeah.
candy that makes you itchy.
Oh. I didn't put that down.
You didn't put what down?
The insulation.
It's not something you put down. Like, all you're putting down on your story clock is what happens in the scene. It's not like little details. This is where we get into the little details right here. Okay?
I don't know what happens next. She just finds it somehow.
Do you want it to be scary at all? Or she just sees a mannequin laying in the insulation?
I want it to be scary.
You want it to be scary?
Yeah.
The first scene?
Yeah.
Okay. For the second scene. It is dark and full of insulation. She doesn't see anything. She doesn't see anything up there. Thanks, Eugene. She doesn't see anything up there. But here's a thump again. Is that how we make it scary? What would scare you here?
I don't know. Maybe it just falls over in front of you. I don't know.
The mannequin's gonna fall over now?
Yeah, sure. It was on the side and then it just falls in front of her and she didn't see it.
Okay. Well, that doesn't happen. The mannequin doesn't start moving till halfway through the movie.
Yeah, it's not moving. It just fell.
So it just falls over?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're making decisions here. So
We'll just do a thump again. Yeah. Let's do that.
let's have her climb down the ladder. Well, no, this is taking too long. Let's just get to it. She is scared when suddenly she sees a white mannequin covered in insulation. Okay. Should she say something here?
I don't know.
No? Yes?
You're the director.
No. No. You're the writer, Taylor.
Better decisions.
What would she say if she's scared?
I don't know.
Okay. So we have scenes, we have actions here. Okay? Well, we're gonna say that she says something, so I teach you what dialogue is, okay? Here, and all you do is, so to do a scene, you press Control 1. To do actions, Control 2, Control 3 for dialogue, or for character, sorry.
Wait,
You can kind of see it right here,
so
too.
what scene?
Scenes, Control 1. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
What's action?
I did not mean to do that. What happened? I do not want to view plans. No. No. X out of that. How do I X out of this?
Click on the side, maybe?
No. Escape. Quit.
Click the arrow to go back.
Yeah, it's not. It's. No! It may be just. I can't see it on here. That's just. This is headers and footers. Why can't I click anything? Alright, this is dumb. Oh. Okay, the other good thing about this is it automatically saves. It saves to the internet, to the cloud. So.
Can you do the restart button? Like the circle arrow.
So, I guess if I go there, if I close that out, I can go back to screenplay. Okay, here we go again. Focus. Man, this has been 23 minutes already. Jeez. Okay. Okay, so let me teach you this real quick. Sarah would be a character. So you put the character there. That's Control 3. And then you put a dialogue. Okay, so what would Sarah say here, Taylor?
I didn't plan on her saying anything, but
Just imagine if she did.
when is this right now?
Hmm?
After she finds the mannequin?
So the best way that I write is all you do is you kind of say, okay, Sarah opens the attic entrance and peeks inside with a flashlight. It is dark. She is scared when suddenly a white mannequin is seen underneath. Okay? Yep. And so you kind of just imagine that you're watching the movie already. Okay? So what happens next in the movie? She says what?
Maybe she says.
Okay? Something.
I need to get out of here. I don't know.
No, she wouldn't.
She's not
It's
that
hard
like
because she
that.
wouldn't be talking to herself. Okay? Okay. So she essentially she screams, right?
Yeah.
If she's scared, then she would, and if you understand your character, she would climb down the ladder, right? Sorry, spell ladder. Sarah climbs down the ladder and runs out of the whatever that room is called. And technically this would be a different scene because this is not, oops. That's not in the attic. This is in our closet. So here's down the ladder, runs out of the room. Okay, is she gonna go hide? So it's kind of interesting because at first if you think, oh, I want to make this scary, your characters have to play in that world, right? You can't just say, oh, let's make this scary, and then everything's okay. That's like saying, oh, I'm gonna make this character die, but everyone's gonna forget about it 3 minutes later. No. There's whole repercussions of everything that happens as you go. So, Sarah hurries down the ladder and runs out of the room. Right? Or we just don't make it scary and just have her find the mannequin. And then the scary stuff comes later.
I would do that.
So, scary stuff comes later.
Because we're making it like she wants to be the best. So she's enthusiastic when she comes.
Okay.
This mannequin.
So you want to change that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with this one, I feel like it's just going to start becoming a montage, and I won't be able to teach you very much with that because she finds the mannequin, and then
So she starts playing
there's kind of a montage in this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave this here. Thailand, I'm going to let you finish this. I'm going to let you go in and finish it. But what we're going to do... So you can see, I believe it says saving somewhere, but it should be saved. You can share it, you can download it, you can do all kinds of things. One of the things that I like to do, I like the title page, Mannequin Sister by Kody Newton. Okay. So if you want to print it off, you have your title page, and I always have my scene numbers. A lot of people forget these scene numbers. I always put them in. Okay, so next up is Tiago. But it's very easy.
We're not going to get all the way through it, are we?
No, I just want you to write your setup, your first scene.
Easy.
Okay? And so I'll help you through it. Do you have a name for yours, Tiago? That's the other thing I didn't mention the other day, is if you have a title for your movie, it really helps. It really helps to understand what the movie is. Okay? So, Tiago, you have a name for your movie? Come on up here and write.
Game on.
Game on. Nice. I was thinking Insider Man.
The Inside Man?
Inside Man, yeah. But that's already a movie. Okay, so once you put in your name, put in your screenplay, you should open it up for us. Okay, here we go. Write us the first scene.
Okay. Wait, what? Okay.
So, if you ever have a question about it, really just sit back, close your eyes, and imagine what your movie is like. And it's not there yet. Okay. And it already comes up scene. So where is it at?
It's in the garage, so I have to put
interior dot.
No more. Like, what did you put for, like, just garage?
Yeah.
But it's like our garage. It's like,
gaming
garage. Gaming garage.
Yeah.
The night and or day.
Day.
Is it day or night?
Day. Is it?
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
So they're just playing during the day, so it has to be like a weekend or a summer day?
Till before the day.
And put dash day.
Oh, so like...
No.
That's a slash.
No, that's a slash.
Dash is just a little line. There.
I don't know why, but... Okay, there you go. Okay. Enter. Yep. And it'll automatically go into your action.
Okay.
So, if you have characters, you're going to be writing those characters.
Okay, so 3 boys named.
Yep.
Okay.
Just put their names. Just
Okay.
put their first names, whatever their names are. Capitalize them, yeah.
Good.
So it's Jordan, parentheses, male, whatever his age is.
Oh yeah.
So I'm writing that one with the refugee kid,
Mm.
and so I need to there's a white Caucasian, there's a Mexican American, and then there's a black refugee. So I write those into mine because it defines the character.
Do I play like space and then?
No, it's just comma.
Okay. And then
Age.
this guy's gonna be 13.
Okay. Wow.
15. That's yeah.
Whatever. Get through this. We'll format it later.
Okie dokie, smoky artichoke. 14.
Cool.
I keep on forgetting.
Yeah, and it's just the first time you introduce him.
Yeah.
Just make them the same age.
Jason's 12, right? No,
Who?
me, Brazen Engine.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So just 12, right?
Yeah,
Knew it.
that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Perfect.
You're Jordan? Your character's name would be Jordan?
I don't know.
No, I'm just.
I'll
that's
figure it out later, man.
Okay.
You're 14.
Okay.
You're 14.
I'm 13.
You're 12.
All right, keep going.
Okay.
We only have like 10 more minutes that we can be on here. You don't have to put in where they're at because the scene already defines that. Okay, so you're kind of writing this like a short story or a novel. These are just actions.
Wait.
So, are they talking with each other? What are they doing? They're just playing video games and they're silent?
I guess I'm just setting everything up.
Well, you can't just say he spills something because nothing's happened yet.
So, what do I put?
I mean, literally the first shot of your whole movie is he spills a can.
Well, they're playing.
Okay.
They're getting into the game.
So now's the perfect time for you to kind of define your relationship and characters with them saying stuff, right?
Okay.
Are they loading? Are they on a loading screen? Are they?
They're on a loading screen. Yeah.
Okay. So what are they talking about during the loading screen?
No, so I don't put that. So do I put like Dean says this and this?
Yeah. You don't say Dean says, but you do it with your characters and dialogues.
So what do I put?
Well, put a period there if that's the end of your sentence.
Okay.
This is making me nuts. So who's gonna say the first words?
Dean.
Okay. Press enter. Control 3. Dean.
I accidentally put caps lock.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Enter.
Oh.
And this is now your dialogue. Okay, what does it say? Nope, no quotes.
Okay.
This is not a short story. It's
I'm
not a novel.
used to writing like
Go.
that. Okay.
What's it say?
I
Okay, you got some work to do. This is where you know, it's easier to do if you're just inside your head instead of all of us standing around. Okay? But this is where you would look back in your story clock. If they're talking about something at the end, then you want them to talk about that same thing in the beginning, you know, like the loop thing. Or what's going to get them to go, you know, are you introducing something? Or, you know, it all just is
It all
dependent on-
connects.
Yep. It all connects?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well,
Weird in front of a lot of people.
it is weird in front of a lot of people. So, let me go over a few things with you, and then I'm going to let you guys start to write your own things, because this is going to take you some time, okay? And then we'll probably give you a whole week to write your scripts. So, with dialogue, a lot of people will monologue. You know what a monologue is? Like, they write like 5 sentences for a character if they want to try and explain something.
Oh.
I never do that. Whenever I have people talking, I'm always, it's the max is 2 sentences, but usually it's 1 sentence, 1 sentence, 1 sentence. Okay. So, for example, if you have, so I don't know how you've defined your relationships or your characters, with each people. Like, how is Jordan and Dean and Jake related?
Okay, so Jordan and Dean are, well, they're all cousins.
They're all cousins. Okay.
I know. What an idea.
I know. Do they all just like each other? There's no conflict in their relationships at all?
Dean always wants to be the best at everything.
Okay.
So he's always trying to be the best
Okay.
in everything. And so he's always wanting to be, well, Jake is Dean's brother.
Yeah.
And
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Just re-putting everything.
And?
Yeah.
And what happens with their relationship?
Dean and Jordan are always getting into competitions, and so I guess Dean just wants to beat Jordan at everything.
Jake! Wait. Who's the guy that gets sucked in?
Jordan.
Oh, okay. Okay. And here's the other thing. Don't try, I don't usually try and write the perfect line, okay? I just write down the idea of kind of what I need.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you can go back and you can fix it. Second of all, your actors can help you fix that when you're filming, okay? So if you just have the idea that, okay, he wants to be better than anybody, then he's saying, hey, you know, are you going to help us this time? Are you kidding me? I had like 3 kills last game, and so now we're just bouncing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jake's like, no, you didn't. You stole that last kill from me. From. Okay? So, this is a perfect way to establish what your characters want, right? So right here we have, okay, Dean literally says what he wants. He wants to win a match. It depends on what game you're playing, right? If you guys haven't won a match, you know, something like that, where he says, "Oh, hey, we gotta win now."
We gotta win now, but thanks to you, we can't.
So step it up. You know, and you can have little arguments, because that'll play into what it's gonna be in the story.
That's what it's gonna be.
When he's taken into the
when Jordan's
game.
in the game, Dean wants to control him because he's better,
and then he finally lets him in the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just lean towards those ideas and try and set those up before. This is where your story clock comes in. Yeah, and hopefully you've mapped some of that stuff out.
I have.
Okay. So, but you can see how, okay, if you have defined relationships, and it's a lot easier to write dialogue when you have people in it, right, Tylin?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Yours is mostly non-dialogue. So I mean, you have this just quick scene, and then he spills an energy drink
On the console.
on the Xbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's sucked in. So even from there, you should be able. It should kind of write themselves. If you know your characters, which you do, since you're just like it's just them.
My cousin, yeah.
Right? It's Brazen being Brazen. It's Jace being Jace, and it's you essentially being you.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna rename them.
Well, you should rename them. You want them to be a little bit different than yourselves, okay? And nobody wants to be named Brazen. So when you have all those things already defined with your characters, they should write themselves as they get into the issues, as they get into the problems, right? Okay. So you guys understand what a scene action does. There are also parentheticals. So if you really want to define what your characters are doing, or if if your character is holding their breath while they're saying it, or they're whispering, then all you do is you write a parenthetical. Right? Like that.
Oh, okay.
So that you understand how they're saying it. I don't usually use those too much because I don't like to define how my actors play them. I like for them to just decide. And also there's a lot of people who, Jordan, are you going to help us this time? People will write in an action here, right? Jordan looks at him with a stern look. You don't need that. We get it through the dialogue. We understand what's going on, and you'll figure that stuff out. Okay. All right. So you guys are kids, so you won't understand this, but I'm going to tell this to everybody else. There are some pitfalls that people fall into. Okay. The number one pitfall that I see everyone fall into is camera movement, camera placement. Like I hate it when I sit here and I read, okay, Jordan, Dean, and Jake are playing video games. The camera dollies in as they lose a match. Okay? So taking this and saying, oh, the camera dollies in and then some people will write in, okay, Dean, and this is his point of view, okay? Like this is defining where the camera is, and this does not belong in the script at all. Everyone does this because everyone's in their mind is just thinking of the movie itself, but this is not important yet. This is not the story. Like the camera's not the story yet. So every time I read, oh, the camera dollies in, I'm saying, well, why is it? I mean, unless it's very specific on what it does, all it does is it takes you out of the story, right? So if you have this big moment where you say, okay, this person's crying and they're really struggling with this thing, and then the camera backs out into a huge wide to show, the loneliness of everything that's going on. All I can think about is, oh, the camera person. Well, why is the camera there? Right? It takes me completely out of the story. Additionally, what putting in camera stuff does, it takes away the creativity from your director or from your director of photography, your camera person. Okay? It doesn't let them decide how the story is going to be told in their own way. It's mandating exactly how it's supposed to be told with certain things. Okay? And it just doesn't make sense that people would do that. I know a lot of people do that, so don't do it. I've heard of a lot of people in Hollywood who, if they're reading a script and they see camera placements or camera movements or anything like that, they'll just put the script down. Oh, they just won't read it. Okay? Please don't do that. Okay, there's another thing I was going to talk about. To sum up everything, but I'm going to find that out real quick. Okay, so you guys know how to write a scene with scene heading, with actions and with dialogue, right? Wow, this thing's running slow. I can't use my phone because my phone's up there. Any questions right now?
Well, on your phone, I think.
Come read the comment. I'm not gonna read it.
What is it?
Diane, don't. Come read it.
What does it say?
No. Come read it.
Me? Good luck to you, too. What's wrong?
I thought it was something else.
No. It says good luck to you, too. What are you,
I can't
what are you
read
thinking
it.
that said?
I thought the explanation.
Okay.
Oh, that is that next
And so... okay.
I was like,
Sure.
well, go up there.
Oh, I
Okay.
the top of the exclamation points.
Whatever. Okay, so here's the final thoughts, okay?
That looks like an L.
This will take some time. This will take some time for you guys
2
to...
weeks.
It won't take 2 weeks. Like, I'll give you a week to be able to write it. Like, if you have a 9-page script, it should be a 9-minute movie. If you're doing it right, okay? If you're putting in way too much details, then it won't be that way. And if there's a lot of dialogue, then it'll be actually shorter. But the main thing is you actually just sit down and kind of experience your movie together. If you do the story clock correctly, then you should cruise through a lot of your stuff. Right? You should already know what is the scene, what's kind of the purpose of the scene, and so you go at it. And so even like right here, you don't even have your story clock. You already know, okay, we need to define characters and see what they want. You guys know how to do it with all those different things. Okay, here's the main thing. What the script is so everybody else understands what's inside your head. Okay, so if you do it right, then it will be magical. Like, I've been on sets where you're able to just see exactly what the scene is, understand how it's supposed to be blocked, what art department, what props are supposed to be in there, what characters are doing, and you can experience the movie without watching the movie. You can read the movie. Okay? So that is the number one thing with this whole thing. It's just communicate to your team, to everyone, what is happening in your script, in your movie, and what they're supposed to be doing to capture it. Okay? No camera movement stuff. Please do not write any camera stuff in there. So you guys, this week will be writing that screenplay. I will be writing my screenplay for my friend Abid. So make sure, Diego, get your story clock finished. Time Lynn, we're just gonna have to map it out and just do it and just see what would be fun. It's easy to say she finds a mannequin, but you have to write out how she finds that mannequin. It's almost like you're exactly telling what the actors are and what the story is supposed to do. Okay? So, with all that said, are you guys prepared to do a screenplay?
Kind of.
Yeah? Kind of? Do you have any questions? Concerns?
When's the next class gonna be?
I think we're doing it in a week. Yeah. Next Monday at noon, I think, is when we'll do our next class. Oh, wait. No, we're going to have to decide because we have to have a script done before we start. Well, I can teach you camera stuff, but I'd rather teach you while we're filming something. Yeah, I want you to help.
Yeah.
I want you to learn. Okay? So it'll be determined later when our actual next class will be, but we need a script first. We can't do anything without a script. My final thought is this. When you guys have your scripts and you feel like they're done and you're ready, send them out to people, okay? The number one person that you need to know how they react is the audience. And so give yourself an audience, okay? you're going to give your script to me. I'll be able to read it. I'll be able to make some revisions and say, this didn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Wait, what's happening here? You'll be able to find those things. But especially people at home, whenever you have a script and you feel like it's done, send it out to somebody you trust or send it out to somebody who can help you. Let them be your audience, because everything that you do is inside your head, and you need to make sure that everything works. Okay? So when you guys finish your scripts, you're going to give them to me. We will review them. Maybe able to send them out to other people. Say, hey, is this interesting to you? And that's the way you do it. Okay? Any other questions or concerns? I think we're done. Celtics.com. Pretty easy to do. And if there is a scene that you don't know how to write it, whether it's, if it's like a phone call, there's a phone call intercut between two things, it's pretty easy to Google how to write a phone conversation in a script. Or it's easy to write, certain other things like that. There's, subtitles, if you have subtitles, superimpose, things like that. It's pretty easy to look up those things. We're not going to waste up too much time, and that's 50 minutes. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. We will have step 3 when we get into camera work. And we should have a script by then. We will not be filming Tiego's yet, I don't believe.
No.
Hopefully. We'll see.
No,
But Thailand, yours for sure, I think we can start filming that. Okay? So it'll probably be at least a week from now, because Thailand's got to get to work. So, all right. See you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Say bye.
Bye.
You guys can jump in front if you want. Whatever. Wow. These jokers.
Goodbye. Yeah.